Good morning. I'm Ken Lewis, and it's January 12th.
And I'm Alison Roque, and you're watching the World News Network.
Here are today's top stories. A 7.0 earthquake struck Haiti just before 5 p.m. local time. The Obama administration is in the process of granting temporary protective status for Haitian immigrants living in the U.S. illegally.
Also, a man attacks his wife after she tells him she wants a divorce. Plus, discover which states are the most violent. And in sports, tell us what we have, James.
We're going to have a lot of news, but first, guess who has been named one of the 100 most influential sports educators? And see how MDC's softball team accomplished a lot last year on the field.
And after weeks of cold weather for the South Florida area, it seems that we're going back to normal.
And the news starts right now. A catastrophic magnitude 7 on the Richter struck Haiti at 4:53 p.m. local time. The epicenter was near Legoan, approximately 16 miles west of Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. The earthquake occurred at a depth of 8.1 miles. The United States Geological Survey recorded a series of at least 33 aftershocks, 14 of them between magnitudes 5 and 6. The International Red Cross estimated that about 3 million people were affected by the quake, and the Interior Minister of Haiti believes that up to 200,000 people have died as a result of the disaster, exceeding earlier Red Cross estimates of 45 to 50,000. Several prominent public figures are among the dead. Haitian Prime Minister Jean-Max Bellerive announced that over 70,000 bodies have been buried in mass graves. Local sources reported that the headquarters of the United Nations Stabilization Mission in Haiti, located in the capital, had collapsed, and that the mission's chief, Haiti Anabi, his deputy, Luis Carlos da Costa, and the acting police commissioner were confirmed dead. Because the organizational structures in Haiti had been destroyed, Elizabeth Burrs of the UN called it the worst disaster the United Nations had ever experienced.
And in this time of crisis, politicians in Washington also eager to help. Haitian American activists, immigrant advocates, and South Florida lawmakers from both sides of the aisles are intensely lobbying the Obama administration to keep undocumented Haitian immigrants from being deported to an island nation whose economy is in ruins. The goal? To persuade the Obama administration to grant an estimated 30,000 Haitian nationals living in the U.S. Temporary Protected Status, or TPS. TPS is granted to selected immigrants in the United States who cannot safely return to their homelands because of natural disasters, armed conflicts, or other emergencies. Those eligible are allowed to remain in the U.S., obtain work permits, and temporary stays for the specific periods of time.
We know that Hollywood's most prominent actors have always been very supportive of humanitarian causes, and this time won't be any different. So how do you motivate millions of young people to help earthquake-devastated Haiti? Have Robert Pattinson talk to them. As you may have already heard, George Clooney is heading up a telethon to raise disaster relief funds for the Caribbean nation. Pattinson, I'm told, is on top of everyone's list to take part in what will likely be an A-list effort. A source reveals they are aiming high and will be asking for Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and the rest of the Twilight cast to take part. Clooney first told Roger Friedman at The Hollywood Reporter that the telethon would take place on MTV. But as of this afternoon, I'm happy to report that ABC, NBC, HBO, and CNN have agreed to air it as well. Much more after the break from the World News Network. Stay tuned.
It's now time for the results of the homecoming queen election. The second attendant is Dennise Willard. The first attendant is Katie Higgins. And now, your homecoming queen is... Okay, here we go. Foundation for a better life.